Welcome to We Learn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 25 of Let's Learn English. Prepositions. What are prepositions? Well, prepositions are words placed before nouns to indicate the relation between the two. Generally, they are very small words, but they are very important. Without using preposition, it is not possible to make a sentence. And if you don't use prepositions, your sentences will be incorrect. If you use wrong preposition, it will change the meaning of the sentence. So, first we have to learn the correct use of prepositions. So, look at some of the common prepositions. Some common prepositions are to, in, on, into, at, from, of, for, by, with, behind, in front of, under, above, over, before, after, beside, across, during, between, near, and next to. Let's see how to use the preposition to. It is used with talk to, go to, speak to, pray to, and explain to. And of course, there would be many more, but with these, you must use to. In. In indicates the position of something inside something. In the room, in the class, in the book, in winter. So, in the room, place. In the class, again place. In the book, in the book. In winter, season. So, remember, for season also we use in. In 2005, for year, also we use in. In August, for months, in is used. And in the morning, afternoon, evening, different time of the day, also we use in. Into. There is a difference between in and into. Into is used to speak about an action of entering something. He jumped into the pool. That means he entered the pool. The action of entering happened. If he was already in the pool, we will say he is in the pool. But when he jumped and entered the pool, to indicate that action, we use into. Similarly, she came into my room. That means she entered my room. The action of entering happened at that time. After that, she is in my room. Then it's okay. But at that time, when we want to indicate the action of entering, we have to use into. On. Again, very common preposition. We use it so often. Let's see where all can we use on. On the table, on the floor. That is on top of something. And when the two are in touch with each other, the surface. On the table. That means the book is actually touching the surface of the table. On the floor. Whatever is on the floor, it is touching the surface of the floor. They are in contact. Then we use on. On is also used with days. On Monday, on Tuesday. It is also used with dates. On 15th. It is also used with topics. On this topic, on that topic. So these are various uses of on. Of course, there would be many other uses, but these are the important ones. At. At is used, always used with time. Whenever you want to indicate time, we have to use at. Whenever we want to indicate the time of an action, we use at 6:30. At 9 o'clock. But never at evening and at morning. Remember, that is wrong. With morning, evening, afternoon, we use in. Okay. Then place. At the reception. At the counter. Because you can't say on the reception. On the counter. So we use at. At the desk. At home. And at the bus stop. At the railway station. Airport. All these transport terminals, we use at. From. From indicates a source. I am from India. From 8 a.m. The meeting will start from 8 a.m. From morning. From Monday. From next year. From the shop. The source is the shop. From January. And from trees. Of. What is the name of this place? Shrimati Pratibha Patil is the President of India. The chair is made of wood. The color of my car is blue. So, this is how the preposition of is used. OFF, of. It is usually used after verbs. And it changes verbs into phrasal verbs because then there are two words. Okay. Switch off. Call off. So there are two words. These are called phrasal verbs when we form a phrase with a verb and a preposition. Take off, fall off, turn off, put off and keep off. Remember, after a verb, if you are using off, it will be OFF. For. For me, for you, for shopping, for him, for my father and for everyone. The person for whom the thing is meant. For that, to indicate that, we use for. By. By is used with the performer of an action. And it is used with humans, animals, birds. That means living things. But not trees. Because they are unable to perform any action. But animals, humans, birds, insects are able to perform an action. And the action that they perform, to indicate that, we use by. To indicate the performer of an action, we use by. Like I was bitten by a dog. The action was of bitten by a dog. Performer of the action was dog. So here we use by. Food is prepared by the cook. Now the action of cooking the food is done by the cook. So action is performed by the cook, and to indicate that, we use by. This book is written by Dr. Verma. Action of written was done by Dr. Verma. With. Whenever we use something to perform an action and to tell, to indicate that thing that was used for performing an action, we use with. Some people use by, from, but that is wrong. Always whenever a tool, we mention a tool, we have to use with that. Like with hands, with a pen, with my family and with a spoon. With my family is different from the rest because with my family is along with my family, with the family members. Behind. Behind indicates a position. There is a pond behind my house. At the back. I sit behind Rajni. In front of. In front of again indicates a position that is in front, not behind. In front of is the opposite of behind. There is a tree in front of my house. Don't stand in front of the TV. Above. My address is written above. The window is above the shelf. It's different from on. As I explained, with on, the surfaces of two things are in contact. Above, when things are in position wise, they are in the same line, but they are not touching. They are not in contact. Then we use above. Before. Before indicates time or other things also. Like I came before you. That means indicates time. Wash your hands before eating. Again, before eating, you should wash your hands. So the action of washing hands should happen before the action of eating. But to indicate the period of time, the duration of something, we don't use before. Like I came 2 years before is wrong. I came 2 years back. he joined this company 3 years ago, not 3 years before. Okay, to indicate the duration of some action, we use ago and back, not before. Like, I came 10 minutes back, correct. I came 10 minutes before, incorrect. I met him 3 years ago, correct. I met him 3 years before, incorrect. After. After is the opposite of before. When something action takes place after another action, then we use after. He will come after lunch. So that means the action of him coming will happen after lunch. It will get dark after 6 p.m. It will become dark after 6 p.m. Over. Over is again above something. Birds fly over the hills. When the distance is quite a lot between the two objects, and to indicate their position on top of one another, but there is a lot of distance between them, we use over. Beside, which actually means next to or by the side of. I sit beside my friend, next to my friend, near my friend. Her house is beside my house. My house is next to her house. Besides is another word. It means in addition to. Also. Besides Hindi, I speak English and Punjabi also. That means in addition to Hindi, I also speak English and Punjabi. Besides swimming, she also does diving and gymnastics. So she does swimming, but apart from swimming, she also does diving and gymnastics. Across. In between, there is something. When we want to indicate a position of something between which there is some space. Like this house is across the park. So the park comes between the two things. Then we use across. I parked my car across the road. The road is in between. He swam across the river. So he from one side of the river, he went to the other side of the river. We use across. During. We go to hill station during our holidays. During means between to indicate in between. When something is on, something is happening, and in that time if something happens, we use the preposition during. He went to sleep during the exam. That means exam was going on, exam was happening, and in between the exam he went to sleep. Keep your mobiles on silent mode during the class. That means when the class is on, during that time, when the action of teaching is taking place, we have to keep our mobiles on silent mode so that we don't disturb the class. Between. Between indicates the middle position of something. When there is something on both the sides and in the middle, we want to indicate the middle position, we use the preposition between. I sit between my mother and sister. That means on one side my mother is there, on the other side the sister is there, I am in the middle. I divide the cake between my two sons. Here it does not indicate the position, but it indicates the number of people who shared something. The cake was divided between my two sons. For more than 2 people, we use among. Sweets were distributed among the children. Okay, if there are more than 2 people, then we use among, not between. Near. There is a park near my house. The word near or the preposition near indicates the closeness. I want to sit near the window, close to the window. Next to. Next to means in order. The next in order. The next thing in order. Okay. The hotel is next to the airport. So there is the airport and the next thing to the airport is the hotel. Don't sit next to me. That means wherever I am sitting in that order, you don't come and sit next to me. You go and sit elsewhere. So next to means the next. That's all in today's session. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.